Hey guys, in this video I'm going to be showing you how to set up a Twitch Plays Pokemon bot hosted in AWS, Amazon Web Services. You don't need to host this in AWS. You can essentially host this in a home lab or any other cloud provider, or maybe a spare laptop in the other room. The Twitch Plays script is written in Python by a Twitch YouTuber by the name of StreamVsChat, so all credits over to him for creating it. The script itself can be used to essentially play any game using an emulator, so you're not limited to just Pokemon here. He also provides like a paid Patreon optimized script with a bunch of additions, so you can go over there and purchase that and donate to him and get that. But I'll be showing you the free edition of this. All right, guys. So let's just jump into it. I'm already logged in my Amazon dashboard, and to kind of go over that again, you don't really need to do it in Amazon. If you have a Windows 10 machine or a Windows server, you could run it on that. You could skip ahead past this part. I'm going to kind of jump through the AWS part really quickly. I have some other videos that go into more detail, so you can check those out. I'll put it in the description. So I'm already logged in my AWS account. So once you're in here, you're just going to search EC2. And once you get here, you're going to see this dashboard here. You can just click instances. Then I'm going to click launch instances. And I'm going to put this on a Windows machine. You should be able to run it from Ubuntu, a desktop version, Windows 10. There's probably some other OSs you can run from. I'm just going to be showing you guys how to do it from Windows Server. Windows 10 works too. So let me see. I'm going to search Windows Server. I'm just going to put it on 2016. Right here. It's free tier eligible also. Make sure you don't select the SQL ones because the SQL licenses are really expensive. Oh, I clicked the base containers. One sec. That right there. So Windows Server 2016 base. You can do 2019 also. And I think they have 2022 available now. Okay, the next screen will be the instance type. This is just how much RAM and CPU. A couple other options that you're going to pick from. I love the T-Series instances. They're really cheap and easy to use, but it's not going to work with this. After testing, the Python script itself plus OBS, if that's your recording software, and then plus the emulator, it uses about 2 cores by itself, maybe a little more. Usually you want just burstable for T-Series, so I'm going to put it on a C-Series. I'm going to choose C5A. And real quickly to go over that, the C is compute, so it's just compute optimized, which is the CPU. And then there's also M series, which is a good one. You probably can put it on this M5A large. You'll have to test. But for this video, I'm just going to put it on a C5. And see the little letter A? The A just means AMD. The C5 is on a, I think it's an EPYC. Can't remember the processor name. But I'm going to do C5A. It's an AMD, so it's a little cheaper per month, not a lot. I'm just going to put it on this C5A extra large. This is probably overkill for this. I'm just going to do it just so, for the sake of the video, everything installs quickly and it goes quick. All right, so I'm going to go to the next one. And on this page, you're going to just leave it default. You could set up some of the network and stuff, but you don't really need to for now, just for this. For the auto assign public IP, I'm going to put enable. Everything else, I think I'm going to leave default. There is a user data option here. If you know PowerShell or any kind of scripting, you can auto some of the parts I'm going to be doing next, but I'm probably going to cover that in another video at a later date. So here, I'm just going to give it 100 gigs of storage to the C drive. Just because if I update Windows all the way, it takes a lot of storage, and storage in Amazon is pretty cheap compared to other services. So I'm just going to leave it at that. GP3 is the newer SSD type. It's cheaper and faster, so make sure to pick that over that. And you could also specify the IOPS and the throughput, but I just leave it default. If you do want to be cheaper, you can go standard. Don't pick provision. Provision is like really expensive. I think it's I accidentally picked it once and it was like $300 a day, so don't pick that. SSD is really cheap. So tags, I'm just going to name this. Type in name. Let's call it Twitch Plays Pokemon. There we go. I'm calling it Twitch Plays Pokemon. Now there's a security group here. So I am going to create a new one. And I am going to, let me see real quick. I'm going to put my IP in here. I'm going to edit this out just so you guys don't see my IP, but essentially you're going to want to add your IP here. You click this drop down, click my IP, and then your IP shows up right here. And then that's going to allow you to remote into this virtual server. So let me add that real quick. So next I added my IP in the RDP section. I skipped ahead, so just it's not displayed in the video. I click next, and then you get greeted with this review instance launch screen. From here, you can kind of review it real quick. Just make sure you clicked everything right, you've got the right configuration, and then click launch. And then once you launch, you're going to need a key pair. You can just create new, type in whatever you want. Make sure you download it, and then launch. And make sure you save that somewhere, because if you don't have it, you won't be able to get in unless you change the password. So I'm going to give that a few minutes to provision. You click view instances. It says running, so give it a few minutes, and then we'll jump back in. All right, guys. So it finished. Took a couple minutes, but it's ready to go. You'll see the checks passed when it's ready. You might be able to RDP into it before that, but I usually just give it 5 minutes. So once it's ready, hit the checkbox, click connect, click RDP client, choose get password, and then we're gonna browse to that key pair you downloaded earlier. Mine's still in downloads. Open it. You're gonna get an RSA hash like this. Just decrypt it, and here's the password. And then once you got that, open up RDP. Put in the public IP right here, this public IPv4 address. You're going to put that into the connect right here. Press connect, connect. The user is going to be administrator, and then the password you just got. All right, here we are. We're in. I had to adjust my screen a bit to fit. Here's the Windows server. You can just get rid of the stuff on the desktop. Alright, so the first thing we're going to do is turn off the security enhanced protection. So you're going to hit the Windows key at the bottom left, hit Server Manager, and if you're on Windows 10 already, you're not going to have to do this, or Ubuntu or any other ones. Just Windows Server, it defaults to this all being on. So once you open up Server Manager, you are going to click on Local Server, and then you're going to, and then once you click Local Server, scroll over to the right, you're going to see IE Enhanced Security Configuration. Click on that, click Off, click OK. Once that's done, you can close this down. Next, we're going to open up Internet Explorer. And then once you got Internet Explorer open, click Don't Use This. Click the gear icon, Internet Options. We're going to turn down, once you click the gear, go to Internet Options, go to Security, turn this off. This stuff just makes your life harder. Okay, now I'm just going to download Firefox because I hate Internet Explorer. It does have Edge, but I'm not going to use that. Alright, let's run this. I'll give this a sec. Alright, I got Firefox installed on my machine. Next, we got to get Python. And also, I'll include all the links to the downloads just to make it a little easier. But if you're following along with me, just Google Python download. And it's going to be python.org/downloads. And you can use any of the 3.8 for this. So I am just going to scroll and find something. Python 3.8.5, that works. So I'm going to do download. Scroll down again, and I'm going to look for the Windows executable. And there it is, the 64-bit executable installer. Click that, save, run it. I'm gonna follow along here because there's a piece right here. So make sure when you install it, you hit the add Python 3.8 to path. I hit this sometimes and it doesn't install it to path for some reason, which is an environment variable. And if it, no matter what, I'll show you how to manually add it to path. But make sure you hit that so you can avoid that. Then click install now. Let it go through the installer. All right, my Python finished downloading. Next, we're gonna search. We're gonna get the Sublime text editor. So just search Sublime text 3. And the link, I'll have the link in the description. Sublime, it's gonna be sublimetext.com/3. I'm gonna download the Windows 64-bit. Let's get this thing running. Next. All right, now that that's done, let's open up Sublime. Oh yeah, before we get into the Sublime, let's download a auto hotkey. So just Google auto hotkey. It's gonna be autohotkey.com. Just click download. Download current version works. Save. Let's get this installed. And you could just do an express installation. Just make sure you make note of where it installs. Okay, now it's done. It's super quick setup. Just gonna exit. Gonna minimize down from this. All right, now that we're in the Sublime text editor, we need to set up the Python 3.8 build. This will allow the script to run correctly. So once you're in here, click Tools, click Build System, and then go to New Build System. And then you should see this default that pops up. So let's go get those scripts. I put them all in a GitHub. So open up Firefox, and the link's going to be right here. And I'll put the link in the description, but it's github.com, how-to-tech, Twitch plays Pokemon. And from here you can download the files needed. Just click, oops, go back, click code, click download with zip. Make sure you save it. Let's open that thing up. And let's dump both of these in here. Now open up, so hit this Python 38.sublime-build. You're going to open this with Sublime. Let's go find it real quick. Okay, there we go. So now it's in there. I'm going to copy paste this over to that build I already created. Right here. So I copy that in, and really just what you got to make sure is I already added the path in, so make sure the path is correct. And your username right here is going to be your username. I just have administrator, so make sure you change that too. And if you do use a different version of Python, make sure you fix the path. All right, so next, just go to save. And it should auto save in the right packages user section. So I'm just gonna call it Python 3.8. Save. So now if you go to Tools, go to Build System, there should be an option for 3.8. Click that. Next, we're gonna open up the main script that it's on the GitHub that you also downloaded. So right click that, open with. Should save it. Here's my Sublime text. Let's open that. So here's the main script, the basically everything that's going to run it. And there's a few things you'll have to do in here. The first thing you have to do is when you installed AutoHotkey, make sure you put the correct file path to AutoHotkey. And you might have installed on a different location. Just make sure it's correct. It should look something similar to that. You can leave the server alone. The next thing you have to get is the authentication code that Twitch provides you with your account. I'm just gonna put mine in because I don't really care, because I'm using a throwaway account. So let me go grab that real quick. All right, so I logged in my Twitch. I opened it up. Yeah, so make sure you're logged into Twitch. And then once you're there, go to this link right here. And it's going to be twitchapps.com/TMI. Let's put that in. And you should get a code here. Click connect. You're going to authorize. Get that code. Copy it. And we're going to paste it right in between these quotations right here. Paste it in. Should look like that. Next is what you're going to name the bot. So this is what pops up in chat. And then you can just put whatever you want there. And then the channel and the owner is basically your user account, and the channel is the same thing unless you changed it. So mine is, let me check again. What did I make it as? Named it as How to Tech YouTube. There we go. So I'm going to change that real quick. And then change the owner as well. And then from there, that's all you really have to do. If you want more details about how the script works, go check out the content creator that I linked in the description who created this. Shout out to him for creating this cool script. And then that should be it. All right, next we need to install the Python AutoHotkey wrapper. So click on the Windows hotkey, type in CMD or command, and we just want the command prompt. Make sure to run it as administrator. And this is where we'll see if that path installed correctly. So you're going to type in pip install AHK. Of course, give me a sec. Let me get that command to add. Actually, let's manually add it. There is a command to add in the path, but let's do it through Control Panel. So right-click down here, click Control Panel. Get that opened up. Let's make small icons. We're going to look for System. Open up System, go to Advanced System Settings, and then from here, go to Advanced, and then Environment Variables at the bottom right. And then from there, we're going to find the path right here, and we're going to edit. And here's all of the paths, environment variables. So we're going to click New, and we have to get that path real quick. So let's open up File Explorer. And it's basically going to be to the scripts repository for Python. So let's open this up. It's going to be users, C drive users, your user that you're using it in. Click View, hidden items, click that. And then it's going to be app data, local, programs, Python 38, and then scripts. So you're going to add this in there. So copy that, click New, copy that in, click OK, click OK. Okay, let's close this down. Now let's try again. All right, took me a minute, but for some reason I couldn't find the after adding the path, I couldn't find the that scripts repository that we added unless I ran command prompt as a normal user and not as admin, which I have no idea why. So now that I ran it as normal, it's in there. I'm gonna have to look into that after. And I think I realized why the path wasn't added, because I didn't run the Python installer as admin. So I think if you do that, it should add it. but it should be added now. So let's do pip install ahk, and this will install the Python wrapper. So you're good to go. You can just minimize, close that. All right, so now we're going to see if the script runs. So you can just press Control B. Let me make sure the build system's correct. Yeah, Control B. Oh, scroll down, should be there. So if we open this up a little bit, we can see it connecting through the API we're in. So if we actually open up our Twitch channel, go to our channel, let's go to the chat, let's type in A. And if you're curious about the lettering, you could always open the script back up. So I put an A, and that corresponds with all the letters here. You could change these. So let's see. So there it is right there. It went in. So now really what you have to do from here is you can close this down now that it's running. And once you have the emulator open, you just need to make sure that that's the first screen it's on. You don't have like the browser opened up ahead of it. So just have the emulator open, and it should be able to plug in everything that people are typing in chat. So let me get everything installed. I'll be right back. All right, now that I have my emulator installed, I have it right here. I'm using Visual Boy Advance. And to go over that real quick, it's pretty easy to find these. There's like MU Paradise. The one I use is emulator-zone.com to get the emulator. I noticed on some of the websites the emulator has different versions and it's really buggy. Like on MU Paradise and a few others, it just wouldn't run on Windows Server. But this one does run. And the ROM you're gonna have to get on your own. It is, just a reminder, it is illegal to download and distribute ROMs. All right, with that said, let's hop in there and get this started. So let's start up Visual Boy. So here we go. And one thing I noticed I always have to do is if you click on Options, Video, Configure, you got to change the output module. I always change it to simple. Otherwise, it just seems to crash. And then with that set, there also is another option people troubleshoot with. It's Game Boy Advance Configure. And they changed the flash size. I haven't had to do that. So I'm going to open. I'm going to use Sapphire to open this thing up. We're in there now. So now we have the script running. And you're going to need to obviously use some kind of recording software like OBS Studio. I'm not going to go too into that. I'm just going to show you how it works real quick. So let me get that open on my screen. All right, so I have my game up. I have the Python script here. I'm going to make sure that the Sapphire is clicked so it's the topmost window. Let me get my chat up. I'm just going to let's push start. There it goes. Let's press start again. Hey, so here we go. Now it goes to the script. I'll quickly go through this. All right, so I'm in the game now. So whenever someone types, it moves. It is sped up a bit. So pretty easy to set up, pretty easy to use. You will have to, depending on the emulator you downloaded, you might have to mess with the controls and kind of match the script. It's pretty easy to figure out. But I hope you guys like this setup. Like I said, go give the content creator that made this script some love. And I'll put everything in the description. And if you guys have any questions, just let me know. I hope you guys like this. Give it a thumbs up if you did. Thanks, guys.